reasons why we're able to close this budget gap is that the governor was able to get a payment from the federal government that was due us of $150 million. Hey, you know what? There may be more money out there. And I know of one, it's a little thing, but it gives us, just to give you an example, there's this agency, CHFA, Connecticut Housing Finance Administration. It's close enough. They get so many federal tax credits and for development, housing development, etc. And they get so much a year. And developers look at that and say, I can use that tax credit, that'd be great. I can do some development and, it spurs the economy because people are building things. So we get so much this year, and CHFA figures it out, how many towns get the projects they get, and they figure it out, and they draw a line, sorry, these projects won't be covered. So my town was one of these towns. I came in like 8th out of 12, and they're the top 6 then. So, I'm trying to pitch for my town, so I go to CHFA, I said, how come you didn't get this? My town didn't get this. You came in, the criteria we used, it's a good project, but we can't fund them. There's only a certain amount of tax credits we can use for this year. So I said, all right, I guess that's the way it is. And some housing guy says, no, that's not it, Chris. I said, what do you mean? You can take next year's tax credits and use them this year. I said, is there a penalty? The federal government allows us to take these tax credits and use them for this year? Yes. Is there a penalty? No. So, my project can be funded? Yes. Will it put people to work? Yes. Will it produce housing? Yes. They said, how much can we take? You can take the whole thing of next year. I said, what about next year? You can take the year after that. So I said, all right, I think right now is the time we could use it. Now is the time we could use it. And I said, how much, for $3 million in tax credits, how much development do we get? $50 million. So I said, hey, no-brainer, let's do it. I'm having problems getting that agency to release that money, to do that money. Why? I don't know what they're waiting for.
That's a good story, Chris, but I got to tell you, we're not going to solve this crisis by looking in the couch for change that dropped out of our pockets. $157 million the governor found, $3 million here. Maybe the feds in an economic stimulus package sent us $500 million. Doubt it, but let's say they do. Still haven't put a dent in this. But look at the other side of the equation. Right now, you look at our budget. You talk about we have no wasteful spending. Small item, similar example that Chris gives. We spend $300,000 a year on beepers and pagers. When's the last time you guys saw a beeper or a pager? We just finished our first statewide election with the campaign finance fund. That means taxpayer dollars paid for our bumper stickers and our campaign. Whether you like this or not, that's what you paid for. We're going into a gubernatorial election year, statewide election year in 2010. I think we're slated, if I'm not mistaken, to spend between $40 and $80 million on campaigns. This was never done before until 2 years ago, until this year. But now that's what we're going to do. Now you tell me, $40 to $80 million to buy my bumper stickers, my lawn signs, etc. in this economy? I don't know. I don't think so.